The human named Rian stepped off the transport shuttle and onto the shining floor of the Imperial Hall of the Luminary Dominion. The grand chamber stretched so far that the ceiling vanished into a soft golden haze. He felt small, but he did not let it show. He was Earth's envoy, sent to negotiate a peace treaty between two uneasy civilizations. The air held a faint scent of crystal dust, something that made his lungs feel cool and strangely light. He stood tall in his explorer suit, trying not to stare at the columns that seemed to twist like living light. A soft hum vibrated through the hall as figures in shimmering robes moved with slow grace. Their skin glowed like stone warmed by sunrise. Rian had read 100 reports on their culture, language, and abilities, yet the real sight was overwhelming. A series of melodic tones echoed, signaling the arrival of the ruler. The luminary guards bowed. Rian followed their gaze and felt his heartbeat shift when she stepped forward. The queen of the luminary glided toward the center of the hall. Her presence was unlike anything he had imagined. Tall, elegant, and radiant, she carried herself with quiet power. Her skin held shifting shades of silver and gold. Her long hair floated as if carried by a gentle, unseen wind. Her eyes, bright and deep like twin suns rising through mist, fixed on him with interest rather than judgment. Her name was Lyra, a name simple enough for humans to pronounce, though its original version sang with many tones. She approached without haste. The hall fell silent, except for the soft whisper of her steps. When she stopped before Rian, he felt as if the entire world paused. He bowed, as custom demanded. She tilted her head slightly, examining him with a calm amusement. "So this is the human envoy," she said. Her voice held the soft ring of a distant chime. Rian straightened. "Yes, Your Majesty. I come representing Earth. I bring words of peace." Lyra studied him for a long moment. "You carry yourself with honesty. That is rare among leaders, even in my realm." Rian felt heat rise to his cheeks. He hoped she did not notice. He had never faced anyone with such striking presence. He had met generals, admirals, and Earth's highest officials, but none had the commanding aura she possessed. She gestured for him to walk beside her. "We will discuss the treaty shortly," she said. "But first, I wish to understand you." Rian hesitated, but nodded. She led him to a walkway that curved around the hall. Light shifted beneath their feet with each step, as if the floor responded to their presence. He wondered how many secrets this palace held. Lyra paused near a balcony that opened to a glowing field of floating gardens. They stood in silence until she turned to him with a curious expression. "Human?" she asked in a calm yet strangely bold tone. "Why do you think I'm so gorgeous?" Rian almost choked on his breath. He had practiced greetings, political lines, and diplomatic manners for weeks, but nothing had prepared him for this question. His brain failed for a moment. She watched him with a serene smile, waiting. She did not ask with vanity, but with genuine curiosity, as if she wished to understand how he perceived her as a being entirely different from himself. Rian cleared his throat. "Your Majesty, I didn't say that." "You thought it," she replied. "Your face revealed it." He felt his ears warm. "I apologize if that was disrespectful." "It was not disrespectful," she said. "I simply seek understanding." Your mind responded to my appearance with admiration. I can sense emotions, though not in the way humans sense them. I want to know the reason. Rian took a careful breath. He did not want to make a mistake on his first day in the Dominion. You carry yourself with confidence and calm strength. Your presence feels warm, like light that does not burn. That is what I admire. Lyra considered his words, then gave a soft smile. Interesting. Many from distant realms fear my presence. Yet you do not fear but admire. You humans are unusual. Rian wondered whether he had crossed the line or succeeded in a way he could not measure. She seemed pleased, though the reason was her own. She turned back to the glowing gardens, her silvery hair catching the light. "You speak honestly," she said. "I appreciate that." Rian followed her gaze. Floating platforms held trees that shimmered with small luminous leaves. Streams moved through the air in calm spirals. He had never seen anything like it. Lyra clasped her hands behind her back. "My people see beauty differently from yours," she said. "We seek harmony in form and spirit, not only appearances. Many have told me I meet these expectations, but I wondered how a human would judge." Rian nodded. "Humans value similar things. Kindness, strength, wisdom. Those can be beautiful too." Lyra turned to him again, her eyes bright. "Then tell me this. If you admire me, does that change your purpose here?" Rian shook his head. "No, my purpose remains peace." She seemed satisfied. "Good, then let us continue." They walked further along the balcony. Wherever Lyra went, the air felt lighter. Rian wondered if all Luminari shared this effect, or if it was something special to her. As they moved deeper into the palace, he noticed guards watching him closely. Yet their queen acted without fear. Lyra led him to a chamber with walls shaped like flowing crystal. A round table of transparent stone stood in the center. Holographic records hovered above it. She gestured to a seat, and he sat while she took her place opposite him. "We will begin negotiations," she said. "But first, I want clarity on one matter. You are not here to demand. You are here to understand." "Yes, Your Majesty." "Then we will proceed." They discussed resource exchanges, trade routes, and neutral zones. Rian spoke with careful precision. Lyra listened with patience. When she disagreed, she voiced it calmly. When she approved, a soft glow passed through the crystal walls. Hours passed, yet neither grew tired. At one point, she paused and observed him with a look that felt almost personal. "You do not speak like a soldier," she said. Rian smiled slightly. "I was a soldier once, but I changed paths." "Why?" "Because I wanted to build more than destroy." Lyra leaned forward. "That is rare among those who have seen war." He nodded. "War taught me that peace is worth the effort." She watched him a moment longer. "You surprise me, Rian." He felt his heart stir at the sound of his simple name spoken in her gentle tone. He wondered if this was normal for a Luminari queen, or if she reserved such warmth for special moments. He kept his focus on the treaty. When their work paused for a mid-cycle meal, she invited him to the garden balcony. He felt honored. No outsider had ever been welcomed there, according to the reports. They sat beside a platform of blooming spheres that released gentle waves of color into the air. Lyra touched one and watched it shift from blue to gold. "My father once told me that other beings fear what they do not know," she said. "I often wondered if he was right. Meeting you gives me hope that fear is not the only path." Rian looked around at the serene gardens. Earth has a similar saying. Understanding begins where fear ends. Lyra smiled again. "Your world and mine may not be as distant as we believed." A breeze drifted by, carrying a soft glow that brushed against Rian's hands. Lyra raised her eyes to him. "Let me ask again. Human, why do you think I'm so gorgeous?" Rian nearly laughed at her persistence. But he saw that she did not ask for praise. She asked to understand the way his mind worked, the human way of perceiving beauty. He answered with calm honesty. "You shine," he said. "Not only in appearance, but in how you speak, how you lead, how you look at the world. That makes you gorgeous." Lyra's expression softened in a way that made Rian's chest feel strangely warm. "You describe beauty in ways my people do not. Perhaps that is why your species changes the worlds it touches." Rian hesitated, then asked a question that had formed quietly in his mind. What do your people consider beautiful? She folded her hands in her lap. Balance, courage, a mind that seeks truth, a heart that respects life, and a spirit that does not fear the unknown. These qualities create harmony. Rian nodded. Do I show any of those qualities to you? She looked directly into his eyes. You show all of them. The words hit him with surprising weight. He felt a deep stillness settle inside him. Lyra stood. Come, there is something I want to show you. He followed her to the highest balcony, where a vast view of the luminary city stretched beneath them. Towers of crystal curved like living trees. Rivers of light flowed through the sky, linking structures in elegant paths. This is my realm, she said. My duty is to protect it. Yet I have always wished to find someone who sees it not as a throne, but as a home. Rian looked at the breathtaking scene. It is beautiful. Do you think so? Because it shines, or because it lives? Because it loves, he said. Lyra turned to him again with a slow, thoughtful expression. Human, when I asked why you think I'm gorgeous, I wanted to understand how your heart measures worth. Now I know. What do you mean? You admire life. You admire hope. You admire courage. You admire what cannot be measured by power or rank. That is why you look at me the way you do. Rian took a steady breath. How do I look at you? Lyra stepped closer. The soft light of the balcony outlined her shape like the glow of dawn rising. You look at me as if I am more than a queen. You look as if I am someone who matters to you. Rian felt his pulse quicken. Because you do matter. Lyra held his gaze without hesitation. Then know this. In the history of my realm, no outsider has ever spoken to me with such clarity. No envoy has ever met my questions without fear. No other being has made me consider the possibility of a bond beyond duty. Rian felt his.